Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another SWTOR video. So about 3 weeks ago, I did release a video called SWTOR, The Game is Ending, where I went over an article by Kotaku and a roadmap by Keith, just talking about Star Wars The Old Republic and essentially the idea of development possibly ending. So I did get quite a number of comments, and I really liked all the comments that I saw because they all brought up different points and kind of different perspectives of the game. So this is going to be a kind of a comment response video. There isn't going to be anything in the background, just me, this character just right here for the whole video. And I'm just going to be going over the comments and what I actually can see. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So I have set the comments to top comments, and I'll have each commenter's name in the bottom left of the screen. But let's just get to the first one. So the first comment states, SWTOR's best days were Rise of the Hutt Cartel, followed by the Orkan Dreadmasters, and ending with Yavin. The drop-off in MMO content is most noticeable in Zyos. After that, the game was taken over by bad fanfiction writers who turned SWTOR into an RPG with Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne. At that point, guilds dried up, and the bulk demographic were fashion purchasers who mostly kept to themselves. So the one thing that I actually commented and responded to this comment, because I believe that this person had some pretty good points, and what I said was I can definitely agree with the statement about the drop-off when Zyos was released. I'm also a believer that Rise of the Hutt Cartel / Orkan are prime examples of a good balance between ops and story. So, I mean, with this comment, I do kind of have to agree that SWTOR's best days were most definitely Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Orkan, and just finishing up with Yavin. I feel like it was a good time where they just had a really nice balance of ops, and in general, just keeping with the story. I feel like the one main issue as of right now is that they tried to heavily focus on story at one point, and that kind of drove quite a few players away. And now they are trying to just recover and all that different stuff. But not only that, it seems that quite a few developers have moved on to Anthem, which is the next game they're actually working on. So that might have caused some stuff right there. But I can agree with the idea that the best days of SWTOR were during that time. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So the next comment we have right here says, I will cry if this game ends, and I'm not a big crier. Hopefully if it shuts down, they will make a new MMO like it, Old Republic, not the new trilogy. So I kind of can relate to this guy, not really just like crying, but I can agree that if they do shut this game down, it is going to be very disappointing. And if they did make another MMO like it, it would be nice to kind of see some more extended universe stuff. Because as you know, a lot of the stuff with Star Wars in general is now extended universe, isn't canon. And it seems like people, or aka Disney, has kind of just thrown it to the side. So hopefully, you know, with whatever happens, or if the game were to shut down, we would see a new MMO kind of relating to the Old Republic or something along the lines of that. So here we have another comment. It says, I've been playing it since about 6 months after launch, and I still love it as much as I did from day one, and will sub and support it till they turn off the servers. I'd like to see them moving back from the Alliance storyline and getting back to the roots of the game. So this is someone who is still with the game and still really enjoys it. I can kind of relate, not mainly day one, but I've been here near the very start of the game, just constantly playing it. Or actually, I believe, I'm not 100% certain, but I definitely was here near the very start. Maybe not the exact start. I definitely didn't pre-order the game, but I can agree with this guy, is I still really enjoy this game. I definitely find it very fun, but a lot of players have just seen the lack of content and all that different stuff, and it has started to drive them away. So this guy is definitely really high hopes, and I just definitely think that's very good right there. But I do like his last comment, just saying moving away from the Alliance story and getting back to the roots of the game. I think focusing on more Republic versus Imps would happen. But once again, we will have to wait and see because we don't really know what's going to happen just yet. And then we have another one right here. which says, I hope the game will get still support. I play since 2014 with big breaks, and I enjoy the game, even though I'm a big casual, never seen it past 10 million credits. I'd like to see some more major updates in the future. So just very straightforward, just straight to the point. Hopes that the game is not done, and is once again a very casual player, and just wants to see some more updates in the future. So then we have another one right here, which just simply says Disney needs to put more money in the game. So once again, straight to the point. These comments are just completely just going at it, just explaining everything. And I do agree that it just depends at this point. They need to see some type of profit that's going to be made in something with the game that can really just work out with them. And that's the only way we would actually see more money being put into the game. I don't know exactly what Disney can have on a say just with this game, but I feel like they definitely can step in if something did actually happen. But in my opinion, that is very, very unlikely. But once again, we will have to kind of see some stuff right here. So this person says, I have been in here since 2008 or 2009. I love this game better than any of the others I have played. And you just list some examples. SWTOR is the best of them all as far as I'm concerned. I can understand there are some things that could be worked on, some glitches here and there, but nothing big. I'll help them any way I can. I don't want to lose SWTOR. So once again, just someone that's still here, just really focused on the game, and that's something that I do like to see, just to the support for the game and people just wanting to see it succeed. And I'm still also along with that. I do want to see the game succeed and all that different stuff right there. And then this is another comment that a lot of people, or kind of like a trend at least, is that they say BioWare was killed by EA. Only a matter of time before all of a great studio's work is shredded. Now, a lot of people have a similar content, or not comment, just relating to this, is they feel like EA kind of was kind of like killed BioWare and just the storytelling, all the different stuff. And I don't really know exactly how EA just kind of I would say like pulls the strings and decides what BioWare does, but a lot of people seem to agree with this, is that EA was really highly focused on money, and just really are just kind of focused on just kind of like recycling content in the game, while not allowing the not allowing the devs to really pump in more content into this game. And that is just something right there. We also saw just the loot box problems and controversy just with Battlefront 2. So a lot of people are against EA, and a lot of people feel like EA has caused some issues with BioWare. So that's a very good debate point, and that is a very good comment right there. Just kind of getting straight to the point, just saying that they feel like EA essentially has killed BioWare. And I'm just going to go over 3 more comments right here. So the next one says, no, SWTOR is not ending. They said in a live stream, according to one article, that there's a new expansion planned for 2018. So with this statement right here is that they do say SWTOR is not ending, and I do agree. Once again, that was just the main kind of topic of the video, is I do agree that SWTOR is not really ending, but I do feel like development has slowed down quite a bit. And I actually did respond to this and said something exactly similar. Is I feel like just in general, with just terms of development and structure, the game has slowed down quite substantially. But I don't think the game is definitely not ending at this time. So yeah, right there, he did say that in a live stream there's a new expansion planned. Now, I do know that they are working on the new update. Not quite sure if it's going to be an expansion or not. But once again, we will have to wait and see, as with most of the things right here. And then just another comment, here we go. It says, after the game became super easy and etc., and all the less group-oriented stuff happened, it got boring and super repetitive and just stale. I really just don't care anymore. It just says, I just don't really care anymore. I've been at SWTOR 7 years and haven't found any real difference in any content, and haven't gotten really any good at the game either. So it's been nothing but a legitimate time waster. So I'm done. I don't care if it ends or not, that's my view. and I do completely respect that view. This person feels like the game got super easy, and honestly, I kind of can agree with that. I do agree that a lot of the aspects of the game got way easier. I don't know if it was the level sync or just how they were just bouncing enemies. I do like it that they added Master Mode chapters, and they still have the Master Mode stuff for operations and such to try to keep the content intense and a little bit more challenging. But I feel like with the story mode stuff, even that has become an absolute cakewalk. You can literally just go away from your screen, have your companion attack, and they will be fine. So I do, I do respect this comment just with what they're saying, and they are completely entitled to their opinion that the game has gotten boring, and I can understand definitely where they're coming from. And for the last comment right here, he is just kind of responding to the title essentially. He said, very unlikely that they would ever shut down the servers, especially with EA at the helm. The game could, however, get switched to maintenance mode. And what this means is maintenance mode is essentially where they keep the game running, the servers up, but they don't fix anything, and they just kind of like leave the game just kind of going. So they might do bug fixes. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that with maintenance mode, there's just no more content just being released, just nothing, completely zero, and these servers just stay up. So that is this guy's view right here, and I can understand why he would say that, because if they keep the servers up and cartel market stuff is still here, then of course the game will still likely be making money. And definitely with MMOs, once the game stops making money, then sometimes developers will pull the plug. And those are all the comments that I'm going to be going over in this video. I do think that this video got quite a bit of comments, and I actually really like it that there was a bunch of responses, because I really like to see responses and people's opinions and views on stuff in general with this game. I still really like this game and do want to see it succeed, but I feel like certain things like this do need to be talked about and really discussed in the community. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars Republic video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.